Open mo na lang yung camera. Okay. So, meron ng exam. So, may konting revision lang. Ang mangyayari na ngayon ay hindi kasama ang chapter 10 kasi tinry ko din siya i-solve kagabi. So, parang almost 40 minutes ang isang problem. 40 to 50. 40 na yun. Tuloy. Pero yun yung tuloy-tuloy na solve. Siyempre, pagka minsan nagbabuffing, so baka abutin ng 1 hour mahigit. So, hindi na siya ipinasama. So, nirevise ko yun kayo ng madaling araw and then, ang ipinalit ko na lang doon, pinapalit sa akin ay yung chapter 7. Ngayon, ano ba yung kasama sa chapter 7 natin? Iba yung chi, distribution table, at saka yung mga basic na hypothesis testing. Yung una kong tinuro sa inyo. So, yun yung ipinalit ko. Kasi ang katumbas ng chapter 10 is 2 points, 2 problems. So, dahil nawala siya, dinaltan ko ng 2. Okay, so 2 from chapter 6 and 7, isang problem from chapter 8, isang problem from chapter 9. Okay, so ganun yun. So basically, kaya hindi ko na din na-feel na wala yung momentum. Kaya hindi ko na rin na-feel yung urgency na i-discuss sa chapter 10. Kasi hindi naman pala siya isasama sa aking exam. So, ang di-discuss ko lang ngayon, hindi paraanan lang natin ng mabilis si chapter 10. Okay? Para at least natapos natin yung discussion. Sino pwedeng mag-record ng discussion? Ay, nakita ko na yung video. Sino pwedeng si Cruzat, Denzil, Nicolo, tama ba? Sige, paki-spotlight na lang ako pagka nag-present ng screen, ha? Yung sa 3 dot dyan sa baba. Sige. Teka lang. Sige. I'll be presenting my screen. Ayan. Sige. Discuss natin ngayon si chapter 10. Okay, so chapter 10 is about simple linear regression and correlation. So, dito, i-discuss natin, actually madami. Linear regression, estimation using the least square approach, hypothesis testing, t-test, at saka yung analysis of variance or simply yung ANOVA. So, let us move on dito agad sa problem para mas magets nyo. So, table 1 is about purity of oxygen and percentage of hydrocarbons. So, here we have 20 observations, numbers 1 to 20, and then andyan naka-indicate yung percentage of hydrocarbons and oxygen. So, first, let us define ano ba yung mga variables for X and Y. So, your X is the percentage of hydrocarbons and Y is the purity of oxygen. So, what is the goal here? ano yung goal natin sa data na to. So the goal is to understand whether increasing hydrocarbons affects the oxygen purity. So to do this, we have to establish ano-ano. Yung scatter plot, isa. Pangalawa is your regression. Pangatlo is your correlation. Pang-apat is yung ating least square method. So, open natin si Excel. Kung makakasabay kayo, edi much better. Pero kung hindi, edi make sure na nakikinig. Okay? So, ayan. So, let us type muna dito yung ating mga data. So, your X, okay, your X here is your percentage of hydrocarbon. Okay, and Y is your oxygen. Okay, now ililista natin lahat yung mga values doon. Actually, may nagawa na ako dito, tapos na rin yung data. Hindi lang talaga siya nagwo-work dito sa tablet. I do not know. Kasi parang kailangan ata ay may license. So, hindi ko din siya makopy sa tawag dito, directly. So, kailangan ko siyang ulitin. 0.11, 1.26, 1.43, 1.02, mabilis lang to, 1.29, 1.36, 1.23, 1.4, 1.15, 1.01, 1.2, 1.32, tsaka 0.95. Okay, once settled, you type the percentage of oxygen. Purity, sorry, ng oxygen. 96.73, 87.59. That's why, class, hindi siya pinasama sa akin. Kasi kakaunti lang naman yung data na isasama ko sana. Time consuming. Okay? 0.56, 89.85, 93.25, 94.98, and then this is 89.05, 93.74, 94.45. Ano ba? Teka. Doble na. Ayan, tama ba? At 1.93. 1.23 is 91.77. 1.4, 93.65. 92.52. Then last is 87.33. Okay. So once okay na. Okay na. Itong lahat, yung ating data, what we have to do, class, is to drag this one. Okay. So insert what? Yung ating scatter point. Okay. So, magiging ganito yung itsura natin. And then after that, what will you do? You try to edit itong mga trend line natin dito. So, let be your minimum is 0.8 para mas kita nyo yung galaw ng ating data. And then your maximum is 1.6, let's say. So, 86. For vertical axis, let's say, hanggang 100. Ayan. Ayan. Okay. So, if you can see, this is very similar to what? To what is being presented here dito sa ating handout. Okay? So, ano yung makikita natin? Ano yung ating magiging conclusion dito sa ating scatter plot? So, kung makikita natin as X increases, your Y also increases. Therefore, it implies a positive linear relationship. Okay. So, bakit ba mahalaga ang ating scatter plot? So, una, kapag siya ay nakakapag-form ng straight line, katulad niyan, at siya ay linear relationship. Kung yan ay dito ang point, dito ang sunod, dito ang sunod, so medyo curve. So, definitely, it is non-linear. Okay? And then, kapag ka naman wala ang pattern talaga, no, wala kang mabuo ni ano. So, meaning, between two samples, let's say hydrogen and oxygen, wala silang relationship. Okay, now, paano naman natin, class, ini-establish ngayon yung ating tinatawag na simple linear regression? Okay? Ito. Paano ba natin ito ini-establish? So, here, kung makikita nyo, yan ay hinahanap natin yung ating best fit line through our data. So, meaning we have our intercept and slope. Your intercept is your A and your slope is your B. Diba, ang ating formula for line equation, y is equal to A plus bx. If you can recall. Okay. Where A, ayan, where A, diba, y is equal to A plus bx. Ayan. Apologies sa ingay kasi something. Ano? Your A is your intercept. Your B is your slope. Okay. Siyempre, X is your hydrocarbon. And then Y is your oxygen. Okay. Now, how do we use Excel to perform linear regression automatically? Okay, kasi there are two steps. Una is yung pagsasolve natin manually, and then pangalawa is yung automatically. So, sabi dito, hindi ko siya mapagana kanina eh. I-click natin si scatter plot. Okay? Once we have clicked itong ating scatter plot, you right click. Okay? So, supposedly, dapat, pagka ni-right click natin yan, okay, pagka ni-right click natin po ito, burahin natin ulit. Pag ni-right click po natin yan, may lalabas dyan, dito na isang box, tas may plus. Nakalagay dito, add trend line. Add trend line. Doon sa trend line, maraming checkbox doon. Sa 2, 3, 4, madami dyan. Meron tayong nakalagay dito, linear trend line. Okay? So, sa linear trend line, meron pa dyan na checkbox. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Meron dito, class, display equation or display yung R squared. Okay? So, meaning, you have to check, check, check. Okay? Check, check. So, ang magiging itsura mo, ang magiging itsura nyo sa table ay ganito. So, lalabas yung ating fit line. Lagay dyan. Actually, ang exact value niyan is y is equal to 74.28 plus 14.947x. Yan yung lalabas dapat. Now, how do we interpret this regression equation? So, ang meaning nitong intercept A natin, okay? Ang meaning po ng ating intercept A, ito yung ating expected oxygen purity kapag ka 0% ang ating hydrocarbon. What is the meaning of our slope? Itong 14.98. So, for our slope, for every 1 unit increase in hydrocarbon, the purity of oxygen increases by 14.98 units. So therefore, ang mako-conclude natin talaga doon, positive, positive, and they have a strong positive relationship. Okay. Now, how do we get naman itong least square approach? How do we get it? So first, sabi dyan, you have to calculate first or compute the mean. Okay? Paano ba tayo nakapag-come up sa mean? Saan yun? Ito? X bar and Y bar. So, unang-una, kailangan natin muna isolve itong data from table 1. Okay? So, n is equal to 20. Paano ko nasabing n is equal to 20? Diba kasi, yun ay observation. Okay? Next, anong pang sabi dyan? Summation of x. So, summation of x, summation of y, tapos x bar, y bar, ano pa? X bar, y bar, x squared, summation ng x squared, summation ng y squared, summation ng x squared, summation ng y squared, and then summation ng x and y. Ayun, yun ang nakalagay. So, for the summation of x, what we have to do here is press equal para maano yung ating formula. Then, you type sum. Okay, sum ng array ng tayo gumana ng mouse. Ayun. Nito. Ito hanggang baba. Ayan. Then you press parenthesis. So, yun. 23.92. And here, sum naman ng oxygen. Okay. What is your X bar? X bar here is 23.92 equal 23.92 divided by your N. Y bar is equal to 1843 divided by your N. Next, EX squared. So, X. So, parang yan, 0.99 squared plus 1.15 squared, so on and so forth. So, instead na isosolve mo pa yon, you just press sum product. Dahil siya yung X squared, so meaning, ito lang yon. Teka, kulak pa. Ito, at ito mismo. X squared kasi eh. Ayan. Next, for y squared, ganun ulit, sum product nito, comma, at iyon ulit. Okay? Next, xy. So, ganun ulit, sum product ng x, comma, and then yung array for your y. Let us see kung tatama yung mga nilagay natin. Okay, tama naman. Okay, so now that you have established wait lang Okay. Sorry. So, ayun. Now that we have already established all the data sa ating table, okay, adi ang gagawin naman natin is we have to solve, okay, we have to solve for the summations ng squares of x and summations of the products of x and y. So, how do we solve that, class? So, ito yung formula natin. Ayan. What is your SSXX? Ang tawag po dito, so denominator na yan, is the summations of squares of x. Dito, sa numerator, summations or sum of products of x and y. So basically, if there is y, it is sum of squares of y. So binigay sa atin yung formula. Now, saan mo to kinuha? Saan mo kinuha yan? Ito yon. Summation of your x is this, 29.2892. Summation naman ng xi na hindi naka-squared, ito yun, 23.92. And then your n is what? Ilang observations yun? 20. So here, meron kang total sum of squares ng x, 0.68. For the products of x and y, ganun lang ulit. Substitute the value. Andito naman yon sa table. And then, press sa calcu. So, 10.17744. Now, ano ba to? Ano ba ang purpose ng ginagawa natin? This is the manual computation for our best fit line. Yung kanina na lumabas doon sa scatter plot. So, paano ba kinuha yon? Manually. So, to get your slope, we have to divide the sum product of x and y to the sum of squares ng x. So, therefore, makakakuha tayo ng total slope 14.94, which is equal dun sa kanina na inilabas ng ating table. Second, for our intercept, ano ba tong y-bar? Y-bar is your mean for the oxygen, and then x-bar is the mean for your hydrocarbon, which is given yon dahil nakuha natin ito at ito. Okay? So, the total intercept is 74.28. That's why, okay, yung ating regression line is equal to y hat 74.283 plus 14.947x. Okay. Now, how do we get yung ating tinatawag na residual errors? So, residual, it measures how far the actual value is from the predicted value. So, ito yung part na yon. Yung y sub I minus y sub I hat. So, pwede din naman natin siya makompute sa table, sa Excel. The thing is, hindi lang compatible itong sa tawag ito? Sa tablet. Kasi naka-online yung Excel doon. Okay, so, explain ko na lang sa inyo ano ba yung sinasabi ng ating residual. So, kapag ka yung residual natin, residual error natin, kapag siya ay small, maliit. Meaning, that is a good fit. Kapag siya ay large, poor fit. And kapag siya ay nakapag-form ng isang pattern, meaning, ang ating model ay mali. Wrong. Okay, paano ko ba nasabi yan? Siyempre, the smaller the error is, the good the fit is. Paglaki ng error, pagsama ng sample. At syempre, kung yan ay minhekos lang natin, no, of course, yung i-display sa atin, edi na pattern, edi iba. Walang mapupuong pattern. O kumbaga scattered yung ating points. So meaning, either of the data is wrong between X and Y. Okay? Asa na yun? Ayan. Correlation. So, what is this correlation? So, correlation class is the strength of relationship. Okay. So, kapag ka ang R natin, okay, pagka ang R natin is nakapag-display ng positive value, meaning, ang itsura ng ating plot is increasing straight line. Kapag negative naman, decreasing straight line. At syempre, kung zero, meaning no relationship. Okay? What is the formula, class? Ng ating correlation. So, your correlation is equal to the products of X and Y divided by the square root ng ating squares of X and square of Y. Now, how do we get yung ating formula for the product ng X and Y as well as the squares of X and Y? So, ito yun. Okay, ito po yung formula natin for that. Yan. So, determine the correlation coefficient of the previous example. So, we have determined, substitute natin yung value for the squares of X, we have 0.68. Nakuha natin to kanina. The squares of Y, 173.37. So, for products of X and Y, substitute lang natin yung value. So, we have a total of 10.17744, yung kanina na nasolve natin. And then, substitute sa buong formula ng correlation coefficient. So, the total would be 0.9367. So, yung 0.9367 na yan, okay, yung 0.9367 na yan, we have to square its value. Okay? So, kukunin natin yung square ng value niya para makuha natin yung totoong R correlation. So, 0.9367 squared. So, meaning, anong sagot doon? I think, 0.877 or approximately 0.88 or 88%. So, therefore, what can we conclude from this answer?
First time mo naman ulit ang Ma'am Shing.
So, meaning, yung 88% napakataas nun. Even 75, 70, mataas na yun. So, we can say that yung ating relationship between hydrocarbon and purity of oxygen ay nakakapag-display ng positive R correlation. So, therefore, it demonstrate a good positive linear relationship. Okay, so ganun po natin i-interpret, okay, yung mga values. Okay, anong sunod dito? Okay, so use of t-test. So use of t-test, okay, let's say we wish to test the hypothesis if the slope equals a constant, okay? So katulad lang din po nung ating mga usual na ginagawa. Okay, for your null hypothesis, i-claim natin na there is no significant difference. And then for your alternative, okay, so there is a significant difference. So your B, okay, is not equal to V sub O, and then is equal, sorry, and then for your alternative, edi not equal. So inenegate lang natin yung ating side. Now, how do we get naman yung ating T statistic? Okay, so for your T statistic, your B prime minus B sub O divided by your variance and then your square of X. So ito naman ay given lahat sa ating problem. So it's just direct substitution, di ba? Nagmumukha lang na parang bago ang lahat dahil, okay, dahil iba ang subscript niya. Hindi kayo familiar. Pero once alam nyo kung ano yung mga values na iyan, okay, masosolve nyo po iyon. Masosolve nyo silang lahat. Saan na tayo? Okay, so let us move on with analysis of variance. Approach to test significance of regressions. So ANOVA, okay, so ANOVA is used in analyzing the quality of the estimated regression line. So here we have to establish our two samples. Ano ba yon? X and Y. And then, syempre, yung regression line na lumabas doon sa ating scatter plot. Okay, so we have to break muna itong ating ANOVA into parts. So, let us first define ano ba tong si SST na to. So, SST meaning that is your total sum of squares. So, SST, total sum of squares. Mamaya makikita niyo kung ano yung formula niya. Okay, so formula is equal to SSR plus SSE. What is this SSR? SSR is your regression sum of squares. Regression sum of squares. Your SSE, itong part na ito, is your error sum of squares. Saan to galing? Doon sa residual na ina-explain ko kanina. Okay, so tignan natin sa baba yung table structure. Ayan. So here, okay, what are the key points for this table? So the DF for regression or the degrees of freedom for your regression is equal to 1, okay? Because we estimate only one slope. Ano ba yung slope na yon? Which is yung B lamang. Second is yung ating degrees of error. If degrees of freedom sa ating error, which is n minus 2. Okay, bakit n minus 2? It's because we are estimating two parameters. So what is these two parameters? Your A and B. In our case earlier, that is your X and Y. Okay? And then, your mean squared error, your MSR, okay, anong equal doon? That is your SSR over 1. Okay? Ay, sorry ito. Okay. So, meaning your MSR or your mean square is equal to SSR divided by 1. Now, for the mean squared error, okay, ano ba tong R na to? Ito ay regression. Your MSE is equal to SSE divided by N minus 2. Ito divide ito. So meaning, your total SST is what? The summation ng SSR at SSE. Yan ay para guide, para mas mabilis yung masaulo yung formula. Now, let us move on for the example. Try natin yung isang example. Wait lang ha.
Ano ko ba barko?
Okay. So using the above example about the level of purity of oxygen, construct a 95% confidence interval about the mean response. In particular, predict the mean oxygen purity at 1%. Okay? So, ano yung hinahanap natin dito? So, let us first plug kung ano yung mga values na given. So, your N is 20. Ano yung pa yung kakailanganin natin dito? S squared. Okay. Ang S squared mo dito is 1.18. Your X bar is 1.19. SS XX is 0.68. Okay. Your X sub 0, this is your X sub 0, 1%. So, meaning, ano bang formula natin for the degrees of freedom? N minus 2. So, 20 minus 2 is 18. Therefore, ang hahanapin natin is T. Okay? Ano yan? 1%. 1%. So, pagka hinati natin yan, ano mangyayari? So, T at 1%. And then, yung ating degrees of freedom na 18. Okay. So, paano ba natin isa-substitute yan? Sisimplifyin ko lang. So, 1 over N plus, wait lang po ha, 2 minutes. Okay, 1 over N plus X sub O minus X bar squared divided by your SSXX. So, this is equal to 1 over 20 plus 1 minus 1.1960. You square that divided by 0.68088. Okay. And this should be equal to 0.0384. Itong part lang na ito. Now, what you have to do is to add yung nasa labas pa. Okay? So, kapag kasinolve natin yan, andito naman yung solution, it's just direct substitution, makakakuha tayo ng 89.23. Ito, plus itong buong ito. Okay? So, meaning, saan galing tong 89.23 plus minus 0.75? Itong part na ito at itong part na ito. So, meaning, yan ay 89.23 minus 0.75 at yan ay 89.23 plus 0.75. Okay, so meaning, makakapag-come up tayo, 88.48, 89.98, okay, lalabas ngayon, na at 95% confidence interval, okay, we are 95% confident that the true average ng ating oxygen purity at hydrocarbon lies between 88.48 and 89.98. Okay, saan nga yun galing? Dito. We do not know. Siyempre, this is unknown. Itong gitna. But at least, nakapag-settle tayo kung ano yung boundary in between that. Okay, so dito lang iikot yung average nung dalawa. Okay, so let us try a second example. Sabi dito, using the above example about the level of purity of oxygen, find a 95% prediction interval on the next observation on the level of purity of oxygen at 1%. So recall that your y hat is equal to 89.23. Okay, so this is just the same. No? Ito at ito, okay, ay ito lang din. Okay? So you will just substitute yung formula natin. Given naman, your x sub 0 is 1. What is your 1.1960? Ano to? Ano to? This is your x min or your x bar. Okay? So, itong 2.101, ito yung table, yung critical value ng T at degrees of freedom of 18. And then, of course, your 89.23 is your y hat. What else? What is your 1.18? 1.18, I think this is your x. Ano to? What is yung, ansan yung ating 1.18? Your s squared. Okay. And your n is your sample size. Your n, yung 0.68 natin dyan is your SSXX. And still, makakapag-come up tayo nitong ating upper and lower bound. So, therefore, what is the conclusion for this problem? Okay, anong mako-conclude natin dito sa part na ito? So, meaning, okay, we are 95% confident that the next observation will also fall from this range. So, meaning yung value na hinahanap natin, yes, it is unknown, but yun ay in between lang dito at dito. But itong y sub o natin, hindi natin siya alam yung value, but at least we have settled yung total boundary. Okay. Ayan. Punta tayo dito sa residual analysis. Again, yung residual natin, it is a prediction value from our regression line. So, syempre, kung yun ay positive, okay, if it's positive, edi yung ating model is underestimated. If negative, edi overestimated. So, syempre, kapag close to 0, okay, maliit, accurate. Kaya sabi ko kanina from yung ginagawa ko kanina, kapag small meaning it is close to 0, that is a good fit. So, let us try to analyze itong ating figure 7. So, anong mak-a-analyze nyo sa ating figure 7? So, letter A, sabi dyan, letter A, satisfactory. Bakit satisfactory? First, the residuals are randomly scattered around what? 0. Okay? So, meaning, the linear model is appropriate kasi malapit siya sa 0, close to 0. Okay? And wala tayong na-form na pattern. Bukod doon, mapapansin nyo dyan, itong part ng ito at itong part na ito ay constant ang pagkakaspread ng values. Okay. B. Ano ba yung B? Ito, funnel. Ano ba itsura ng funnel? Embudo, parang ganyan. Okay. So, funnel shape, anong maaano natin dito? Residuals gets wider. So, gets wider as X increases. Okay? So, syempre, pagka wide, pag narrow, pag wide, vice versa. So, anong interpretation natin dito? Yung ating variance ng error, unang-una, okay, hindi siya constant. Unlike din sa nauna. Pangalawa, merong nabubuong parang somehow pattern. Okay, so, naba-violate na agad yung ating constant variance. Ayun. So, for letter C, what is your letter C? Double bow, or curved pattern? Ito. Ayan. So, a residual forms what? A curve or a wave shape. So, anong interpretation natin dito? So, paano ba natin binabasa yan? So, unang-una, relationship between our X and Y. X and Y, they are not linear. Pangalawa, dahil siya hindi linear, therefore, your data is not sufficient. So, kailangan natin, itong part na ito, it's either you revise your model. I-revise natin yung ating mga sample na ginamit. And then finally, yung ating letter D, nonlinear or systematic pattern. Okay, so ano bang na-form itong nonlinear na to? Ayan. So nonlinear, your residuals follow a pattern. Anong pattern? A cluster, para siyang clustered U-shape or U-waves. Okay? So, medyo na-miss niya yung important structure ng isang model. Okay? That's why additional values are also needed. Okay? So, meaning, ano yung pinaka-perfect? Okay? So, tatama naman sana siya eh. Bakit? No, kasi almost dikit siya sa 0 eh. Okay? So, therefore, saan tayo mag-a-adjust? So, either you add some variables, okay, or magbabawas ka ng variables, okay, and then you trial and error. So, paano mo maaano siya? Tawag dito, paano mo ba madedetermine yan? So, mapapalabas mo lahat ng yan gamit ang application na Minitab. Okay? So, isang click and then, ayun, lalabas na agad yung ating graph. Okay? Asa na yun? Ito naman, it's just the same. Ito yung una nating ginawa. So, for figure 8, okay, dito tayo sa figure 8. normal probability plot of residuals, which is yung ating left, anong ating interpretation dito? Dahil siya ay linear, dahil siya ay linear, it follows a normal distribution So how do we interpret this kind of graph or points? So unang-una, if the points lie roughly on a straight line, therefore, our error are normally distributed. Plus, okay, kung hindi naman siya naglalay doon, let's say kalat-kalat iyan, meaning our error is not normal. Kanino? Mamaya, may klase ako. Patapos na to. Okay. Figure 8, ulit. Residual versus predicted. Itong nasa gitna. Okay. So, anong chine-check ng ating plot kapag ka compare tayo between two sample? So, residual versus yung ating predicted values sa gitna. So, unang-una dyan, syempre, yung linearity ng ating equation. Okay. And then, kung equal ba yung kanilang variance, as well as how random is yung data. So, if yung ating residual is scattered randomly, okay, tulad niyan, our linear model is okay. So, pasok pa rin doon sa standard. If yung ating points ay nagpo-form ngayon ng curve, definitely, that is not linear or non-linear. Kapag naman nakapag-form siya ng funnel, which is ito kanina, meaning non-constant variance. Kaya kanina, sinasabi ko sa inyo, ang ating funnel, na-violate na agad niya yung constant variance. Okay? And then, yung ating residual versus hydrocarbon level. Okay. So, what does it checks? Okay? So, it checks whether, okay, the residual changes when X changes. Nagbabago ba yung ating error pag pinapalitan natin si X? Kung nagbabago, meaning, pwedeng doon tayo mag-adjust ng model. Kung hindi, try natin sa Y. Ganun po mag-analyze. Pangalawa, does it follow a certain pattern? Okay? Kapag ba ina-adjust mo si X, okay, yung value ng ating hydrocarbon, nababago ba daw ang pattern ng iyong plot? Kung makikita natin dito, it shows what? It shows non-linearity. Okay. Bukod doon, ano yung sinabi ko kanina kapag ka nakascatter randomly? Meaning, our linear model is okay. Therefore, itong part na ito, letter C, yung ating graph C, it is classified as a good model. Okay? Because our plot, it appears random. Pangalawa, it does not show any type of curvature or funnel shape. So, ganun mag-a-analyze. Okay? So, imagine, kung kayo magpe-paper, ganito, nyo i-explain yung kada graph na lalabas doon sa inyong sample. Let's say, ang gusto nyong aralin ay performance, kaya scores nyo sa quizzes. Sa quiz, midterm, let's say final project. Yun ang gusto nyo ipag-compare. Okay? Pagtaas ba ng final project ay papasa ka? Pag tinaasan mo ba yon, sure pass, parang yun yung magiging essence ng iyong study. So, pwede. Pwede mo siyang gamitin sa Excel, pwede rin doon sa Minitab. Okay, so part 8 natin is yung ating coefficient determination. Actually, na-discuss natin to kanina. 'Di ba? Kaya ni-squared natin yon kanina, that ang formula natin is r squared is equal to yung ating residual divided by the total. Okay, in our case naman, nakuha naman natin yung kanina. And that is approximately 87.7 or a total of 88%. Okay, again, yung ating SSR dyan is your regression sum of squares. And your SST is your total sum of squares. So, 87.7, so that is very high. Yung remaining 12.3, so probably yung total na solve natin, that is siguro a noise. Yung minimal error from the factors na hindi kasama sa ating model. Ayun. And I think that ends the discussion. Kasi itong part na ito is na-discuss ko na rin yung earlier. Ito yung ating formula for correlation. And saan to kagaling? Ano nga to? Products ng x and y. Ito, products, sum of squares of y. At ito, sum of squares of x. Saan mo nakuha yan? Dito, sa taas. May formula po tayo para dyan. Ayan. Ito, at ito. No. Actually, I do understand if hindi yung naintindihan. Okay, kasi mahirap talaga siya intindihin. Especially kapag kaunang-una wala kang hawak na data. Okay? Pangalawa, what is the barrier na given? Hindi na explain ng yung data. Hindi nag-load yung data ko sa Excel dito sa table. So, maganda sana kung napakita ko sa inyo yung graph, paano gumawa nung sa graph. Okay? Pero ang the rest is pure manual computation. Yun naman class, ang mangyayari dyan, kunyari lang napasama yan sa exam. May table doon, syempre. I think it's just up to 5. Okay? And then, anong gagawin mo? You will just solve for the slope. Ano ba ang solve mo doon? Isa-solve mo ito. Ito pa. Isa-solve mo itong part na to. Yang n hanggang xy. Siyempre, kung a hanggang 5 lang naman, madali na. Kasi imagine it's just the sum. Tapos ito, ganun lang din, mean. Tapos i-square mo lang and then add. Okay? Since hindi ka naman makakapaggawa syempre ng scatter plot, pwede naman, but time consuming. So, paano makukuha yung ating best fit line or yung ating equation of the line? So, of course, you have to solve. Again, paano mo nga siya isa-solve? Isa-solve mo via manual computation. So, pag sinolve mo yun, manual computation, ano magiging formula natin doon? Ito. Ito lang naman yung sana hihingin ko sa inyo. Ito, summation ng squares of x, summation ng y. So, ito, ayan. So, dapat may value ka nito. May table ka doon mapapakita. Yung x, y, as well as yung ating equation ng ating line. Okay? And then, ang sana, ito lang. Okay? Yung ating linear relation. This is just purely direct substitution naman sana. Okay, yun lang sana yung kung nataon na isasama sa exam. Pero dahil ay hindi na nga, pinalitan ko siya ng Chapter 7. Ayun. May tanong po. May tanong po ba kayo? Sige.
Hindi pa attendance ka.
Sige, kung wala sa ngayon, what I can suggest is mag-aral ng mabuti. Okay? Gumamit ng index card. Actually, 7, 8, 9. Ayan. Konti lang na din naman ang comparison doon. So, ayun. So, 2 problems again for chapter 6 and 7. Isa from chapter 8 and isa from chapter 9. All the tables are provided by me sa exam. Ayun. Sige. See you all next week. Yung recording, pakisend na lang ako sa GC. Ilang minutes gayon kaya aabutin?
Possible ay isang record. Isang hour.
Okay. Sige. Sige. Thank you, class, for attending. See you all next week.
Sige po ba?
Okay, sige.
Sige po, thank you.